Hello everybody! Before I start today's video, I just wanted to give a big thank you to VIP Cross Stitch for sending me these kits for review. Thank you! Good morning you guys. So today I have two kits to review for you. One of them is an 11 count and one of them is a Joy Sunday. And we are going to start with this one. So just give me one moment to open this away from camera for you. Put the threads over there for now. Alright, so this is obviously a generic kit that is 11 count, and it came with a butterfly today. It came with your 5 needles, your adjustable thimble ring, and your needle threader. So this is the first kit I chose to review, and the reason I did this is to kind of see how the color choices from whatever program chooses the colors did her justice, because she is really beautiful, but I don't want, or I would have hated to see a person of color get done dirty, so to speak, in terms of color choices. So not only was she a beautiful kit with an adorable dragon on top of her, but I also wanted to see what the color choices would have came for her skin tone and to see how accurate they would be. This is a 40 by 60 kit, and it is by 148 by 234 stitches. So this kit comes with all of the instructions on it that you would expect. I'm going to fold this just to make it easier. So right away there is a lot of smearing, smudging, and color transfer coming on from here. Let me just give that a good look over really quick. Alright, so while you can see where some of the stains are, it's not bad enough to the point where I wouldn't be able to tell what those were, but it seems like every company still should take the time to let these dry properly before sending them out. So this kit in particular comes with 40 colors. It's very easy to see where everything is as well. That's another reason I got this image, because it looks like it would have had a lot of color blocking, and I was correct. I'm just checking now for confusing stitches that would be close together, but I think I'm actually going to do that on the canvas, because the canvas is what I'm going to be stitching on, not the paper pattern. So the canvas isn't too firm, which I know a lot of you guys like. It doesn't feel thin at all. It is serged. And it's cut pretty straight. This is probably the straightest edge I've gotten on a canvas in like ever. Except for maybe Joy Sunday or some of the counted kits that I got off of AliExpress. Alright, so I'm going to fold this and just check over to see how these stitches are playing together, or the symbols. Here, I'll give you a close-up too so you can look at something. So I'm not really seeing anything at all that would be confusing on here. The only real thing I'm seeing, which isn't even that confusing because they're going different directions, are these two. But other than that, there's really no way to confuse stitches here. Especially since anything besides those that look similar seems to have a different color. So I'm very happy about that. And if I haven't said it already, I will be putting the prices of these on the screen as I show them to you. So here's the bottom half, zoomed out. And here's the top with the dragon. All right. Get the picture out. Give me one moment, you guys. Alright, so as you can see, it has a bunch in these two colors, which is 3743 and color 939, which looks to be like a very dark blue. And this looks almost like, I want to say, an off-white faded purple. Put those aside. Alright. Now let's look at these threads. So right away, I can tell you I'm not really seeing any of the browns that should be up in here. It looks like everything they gave me is a tint of purple or pink. So she's gonna end up looking kind of like a space girl. That's a little bit upsetting to me, but I really don't have the skills to change that much dimension of colors, like three-dimensional images. I'm only good at swapping out colors for more two-dimensional or flat images. Alright, so you can see there's tons of pinks and purples in here, and I absolutely love it because I was honestly about to buy a diamond painting from somewhere else, and for the sole purpose that it had a bunch of pinks in it. But I decided not to. I really love it. So this looks like what they're going to use in the dragon. I know it's showing up more vivid on my camera than it is in real life, I promise you. My brightness is just turned up again because it is a cloudy, rainy day here, and I don't have much natural light coming through. So this looks like black to me, number 6. I'm gonna check that. Yep, number 6, 310. I just love her elf ears. Just a fun fact really quick. Me too. So beautiful. And you've gotta love those cute button noses. Always about those button noses. And then we have one more card with 4 colors on it, which looks like an off-white, 2 nice shades of purple, and then maybe, I don't know, I just kind of want to call that like a light caramel or coffee with cream. Again, I know it's showing up lighter for you, but I promise it's like if you put a bunch of creamer in your coffee. Just a nice creamy looking color. So that's the first kit. Absolutely beautiful. Again, this was 11 count. My second kit is a Joy Sunday, as I had mentioned. It is called Korean Wedding, and it is a 14 count. It is 23 by 28 centimeters. As always, There are instructions on the back in case you are a beginner, which is amazing because the first time I ever bought a cross stitch kit, I actually was a beginner. I've only ever done embroidery up until then, so it really helped me solidify what I thought I knew. As always with my struggles to get out Joy Sundays, I can do this. Alright, so it comes with an image on it. This is the paper pattern. These are the symbols you will see on the paper pattern. So it looks like there are 31 colors, and it looks like 5 of them are going to be backstitch. I love it when the whole pattern sits on one page because I don't have to worry about jumping page to page with my backstitch. But also because I've been in dire need for smaller kits because I have all these massive starts that I've begun and I lose interest very quickly. So it does not look like they're going to show the different stitches from what's on the paper pattern versus the canvas on this kit. Here, let me keep this in the front for you. So the canvas isn't that big either, and what are they called? It looks like sugar skulls almost. It's a little creepy. Okay. Can't argue with it though, they're just helping you find your outlines. So it does look like there's mostly color blocking and maybe like wide confetti, is that what I should call that? Because it's not like confetti. Come on. Here, let me see if this works. Okay, there we go. So right here, those are really confusing to tell apart. That is probably the worst case of similar looking symbols that I've ever seen. And that has never happened to me with the Joy Sunday. That looks very, very close. Everything else is looking great though, so I don't think there's going to be any confusion beyond that. So I guess in this case, it's good that the paper pattern does not match what's on the canvas because I can go back and make sure that I'm getting the correct stitches there because I can barely see the difference with my eyesight. So the printing is clean. You can see everything that they've put down there for you. You can very easily see what is what. Is this the stitch count? 99 stitches wide, 114 stitches high. And then the back stitching, it's a little bit fuzzier because it's smaller, and I really don't think it needs to be printed on here, given that it does not look like they're even showing the back stitch on here anymore, and we're going to be using the paper pattern for that. So they could probably have saved some ink by not printing that. So this color card is not massive because this is a pretty, in terms of what I've been working on, this is a pretty small piece. So we got this nice purple, kind of like a deep red brick color, some black, bright red, cute little peachy color. Just want to see how similar these are. Okay, so one's more orangey, and then obviously there's like bright orange. I'm surprised with how many primary colors are in this, if I'm being honest, but I don't know why that surprises me because look, you can very clearly see it. So you do get your your two needles, as all Joy Sundays give you. your cards, and oh my goodness, look at this. There is a shiny one, and that is so funny to me, and let me show you why. This is going to bring us into the third product I have to review for you. I bought some, or I didn't buy, I requested some of this. I'm just going to peel it really quick so you can see it without the film. Alright, so this is amazing. I've never seen this in one of these kits. That makes me so happy. If you don't know what this is a metallic thread. And this is a metallic thread, but this one is in gold. And the reason I requested this is because I actually want, let me see if I can get this to focus. I want to show you guys how you can bling up your cross stitches in case you are new or you've just never incorporated other threads into your cross stitch before. So I bought this, and it is already maybe a little bit thinner, around the equivalent of a single thread. So you just pull the same length as the rest of what you pulled from your card and use that. And I bought this for all of these gold areas that you're seeing, and I will show you how I am going to be using this on this kit. So once I'm done showing this off, I will review that for you and show you how to go about it. So do be warned, it looks like some of it popped off the top here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but it keeps popping off. Oh no. Let me see, is there a way to get it to not have two? Okay, there we go. So this stuff is stiffer, so it will be a little bit of a pain to work with. So I'm just gonna hold these side by side so you can see how shiny they are. They're so beautiful. I want to see how this separates actually, because I wasn't aware. Ooh, it separates easily. I was not aware that my kit came with this. Oh, okay, well, I just unwound it again. I'm gonna have to find a piece of tape, but I just want to get two strands together. This is difficult. Come on. Give me one moment. Alright, I'm just gonna use whatever's sticking off. So yeah, they look about the same in thickness. I obviously wouldn't use these two together. You will be, or I'm not sure how they call for you to use this one, but I know for the gold one, since I'm putting it in myself, I'm just going to be replacing one of my two strands with the gold strand. So I will get that done and I will show you my process. Alright everybody, so I rolled this up because I chose a spot that had a decent amount of length for me to show you. I am doing right here, this dark orange, and all I did to set myself up was I grabbed one strand of the orange and one strand of the gold, and I threaded them on my needle as you would for your typical two strands for your 14 count. I'm going to go ahead and roll this up because I chose a spot quite far in. And to set myself up, I go from the center bottom of the stitch and I like to turn it around to make sure that I don't pull it all the way through. And then I will go ahead and hold that down with my finger so I don't pull it through. Then I will go through the center of the stitch. Then I go through the center top over the stitch. and then I go back into the center. And just to kind of make sure that I am not going to pull that thread back up through, you should be safe to cut it. And now you can start stitching as you normally would. So I like to stitch with the sewing method, if I can find it. All right, there we go. And it's no different, and I still managed to pull the tail through anyways. Give me one moment. Alright, as I said, I like to use the sewing method, and I start in my bottom left corner for stitching. I know you might do it differently, so do it whatever way you're comfortable. Again, you're literally just going to stitch this the way you would normally. The only difference is one of your threads has gold in it. And you may have to pull this tight or even out your threads every few stitches because that gold strand is going to get slippery on you. All right. And there you have it. You now have gold inserted into your cross stitch. So since I do not have natural sunlight right now, it's probably not going to show up super great, but I end this the same way I started. I come up from the bottom center, go down through the middle, come up from the top center, go back down through the middle, then I cut my thread. You can kind of get some gleams of it. Now, an alternative would be to replace a color entirely with this metallic thread. You could even buy multiple shades or variations of gold, so you don't have to just mix it with a single strand. I just like to do it this way because it gives me a cotton thread which has more grip and makes it a little bit more easier. So I just think this is going to be absolutely beautiful, especially now knowing that there is a silver thread involved. Again, I want to thank VIP Cross Stitch for sending me these kits to make today's video. There's also a 10% discount code for you guys. I will put it in the description box below. It is NimCrafts10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about metallic threads or if you've ever used it before. Give a like so other people can find me. Leave a comment if you want to just say anything, honestly anything at all. And subscribe if you want. No pressure though. Not everyone's for everyone. You guys have a good day.